Hello there guys and girls, this is ThePrussianPrince with another Total War Attila tournament match. This is the Fury of Barbarians tournament. Round 1, it's a 1v1 tournament as usual. It's the matchup between me, of course I'm part of Agony, and Balor. He is part of the Agartha clan. On the first game he is the attacker, well, technically speaking at least. But yeah, so he gets to pick the faction first, and then it keeps switching around. And by the way, it is a best of 5 this match. So each player, like the player who wins, has to win 3 games in total to win, not the usual 1 or 2. But anyway, first game we have me playing as the Ostrogoths and Balor as the Alans. So it is time to go over my build here. I have, let's see, 2 Gothic Palatina Defectors on my right, Bronze 1 and Bronze 2 respectively. Then 3 Germanic Horsemen, Gold 3. On my left flank though, 2 Gothic Palatina Defectors, Bronze 1 with 2 Germanic Horsemen, Gold 3. I also have a Royal Sionis General, Silver 2 with Brace. Let's see, what else do I have? So, I have 4 Gothic Pikemen up front over here. These guys are fairly decent units. Then I have a lot of archers. As you can see, 6 Germanic archers. That is a lot of them, basically. Now, let's see what Balor has. So he has his general unit in the Germanic Nobles unit, Bronze 1, still Brace. Very interesting choice, of course. Then we see 3 Germanic Horsemen, Bronze 1 on his right, 2 Germanic Horsemen, Bronze 1 on his left, with an elite Sarmatian Cataphract, Bronze 1. So that is a difference. Then up front we have 3 Germanic Pikes and 5 archers, not 6. So I felt pretty confident seeing that I had an extra pike unit and then an extra archer unit, so I thought it would go well for me. But then behind those archers we have this Germanic Spearman, and let's see his melee lineup. He has 3 elite Agathyrsi warriors, Bronze 1, and a Bronze 1 Sarmatian warband. So these units are basically, he has a huge advantage against me in terms of melee contingent. Well, actually not huge, because Gothic Palatina Defectors are fairly decent units, of course. They're not bad at all. Just not quite up to snuff against the elite Agathyrsi warriors. These guys will completely destroy them, of course. But yeah, let's hit play and see how the battle is. But looks like he's gonna move up first, which I think is a mistake, because it means I can target his archers very nicely here. He makes a huge, yeah, this is a huge blunder by him. He moves up with all these missiles and he's gonna take massive casualties. He's firing flaming arrows into my cav though, which is doing a lot of damage, already killing 2 Germanic horsemen. I am making a blunder there though. I mean, despite the fact that I'm killing his archers, he's doing more important damage to my Germanic horsemen. I mean, long term killing his archers is good, but short term killing my cav is better. Look at this Germanic horseman, already lost 10 men, I guess I didn't even realize that. Whereas, yeah, he's lost this Germanic archer, gonna lose another one very soon, but still. Not good at all for me here. I'm going to keep these units here. But still, my Germanic horseman getting shot at, and I thought, okay, it's taking some damage, but not a lot. Or I didn't notice it, not quite sure. But here, I'm gonna try and engage, which is very bad by me, because I'm chasing so far. And I think at this point I looked over, I went over on this side with my camera and I didn't notice. So the cav engagement here, like, I was at a huge disadvantage. Because look, I lost this Germanic horseman unit over there basically for free. I'm not getting anything done on this flank either, not much anyway. And yes, I'm targeting, yeah, I'm killing his archers. Great, right? Well, about that. My Germanic horseman here obviously winning against his, because I have a lot more upgrades than his. But I already lost a unit. Not quite sure why. Yeah, these guys actually threw their stuff, and now I'm gonna catch this Germanic horseman without a problem. I still just should be attacking this Germanic pike because there's no way it can hold against my units. Should be shifting my pikes all the way over here. I'm shifting my cav finally from my right flank, but I am very, very slow with that. And of course, I'm gonna pull my gen out of here because I have to. As you can see, he has an attacker on my general with his unit, which is great because it means his unit is pulling through, which means it'll take more damage. And here I activate the Testudo formation, but it takes so long for them to actually brace that. I think that unit is gonna get destroyed anyway by the Germanic Horsemen. Yeah, you can see over there that the Germanic Horsemen are breaking through fairly easily. So here he gets into my other Gothic Palatina defector unit with elite Sarmatians and destroys them. I've got this general unit I'm trying to do well with. I broke through the Germanic pikes he had over here fairly easily. They only got 8 kills, but I don't know why I'm pulling back. I guess I'm scared of the Germanic Horsemen because I don't actually have cav over here. I'm gonna go for my own charge over here, which is actually also gonna connect with Germanic Spearmen. And I could get a great charge onto his elite Agathyrses. Yeah, I am gonna get what looks like a rear charge on these elite Agathyrses, but I decide to move at the last second, so it kind of bongles my charge a bit, but it should still do a lot of damage. As you can see though, I did very well in the skirmish engagement, just not so well in terms of the cavalry engagement. Here, I'm actually pulling out of the fight to chase that one unit, which is not going very well for me at all. And these elite Agathyrsi here, where are they? Because I charged a unit. Look, that is very effective for me, but I got my general in there, which is a huge mistake. Now though, I'm using my Germanic archers very nicely because I'm holding him down with one Germanic horseman unit. At the same time, I'm destroying his cavalry with all these archers with flaming shot. Really happy about that, but he still has all these cavalry units still left on the field here, which I need to deal with. I've got my Germanic horsemen engaged here, so I will be able to hold these units back for some time, but I'm still not flanking on my right. I'm taking so long to flank. I really need to go in there. I guess I'm still scared of the cav. But as you can see here, he actually pulled back this Germanic horseman unit, but his cavalry is going to take significant damage. My pike unit though is still holding on over here, and it's actually going to kill a few of these Germanic horsemen. Even his cav does get stuck here, which means the flaming shot will do significant damage. I continue to flank his Germanic pikes, which goes well for me, but this Germanic horseman routed, goal 3 routed with 24 men, so that is huge. But this means I'm going to rout his own Germanic horseman unit. It's going to be good for me, all those flaming shots. But I don't have enough ammo, and that's the thing. I killed his archers, and I killed his cavalry, right? But still. And yeah, I do have more men than him at the moment, but he has these 3 cav units. And yeah, if I had full ammo on my archers, I think this would be a 1 game for me, but because I could easily focus these cavalry units and kill them off the field, he only has 2 Germanic archers left. And I have this unit I could use to charge if needed be. I still have another unit over here. Of course, I am going to mop up this side, or will I? Because the pikes, as usual, are doing fairly weird things. They're actually pushing into the elite Agathyrsi, which is nice for once. But yeah, I'm going to continue kiting over here. I didn't actually get a charge off with my general, and I could have killed this unit easily. Oh, wow, just look at all this ammo being used onto the Sarmatian warbands. Sure, it's great, I'm killing them, but I could be killing them with my general, of course. And at this point, his Germanic pikes are going to lose to my Gothic pikes. Look at my... His are just reorganizing like crazy, and they're getting extra pokes into them. So yeah, the elite Agathyrsi here are going to end up losing, and at this point it's looking... I mean, I would say it would have been looking... it would have looked really well for me if I actually had a lot of ammo on my Germanic archers, but I don't. And yes, I'm targeting his Germanic horsemen here, which are taking significant casualties, but... And yeah, I have pikes remaining, I have some swords remaining, this Gothic Palatina defector came back, but it's not really enough, is it though? And I'm just going to fast forward, not fast forward actually. Still have my general over here, which I haven't moved. Maybe there's corruption because this was before, this replay is before the patch, so perhaps that's what's up. So I'm reorganizing my pikes over here, pulling the Germanic archers behind them. Here, as you can see, I'm trying to isolate this Germanic pike unit to get it out of the field. It should be routed fairly shortly. Let's fast forward. I got my general finally into this unit of Sarmatian warbands, and it routed off the field very nicely for me. Here I almost make a mistake, but he actually goes in very close with his pikes, and almost, if he had gone in with his pikes, this would have been insanely good for me. But as you can see here, the pike attack orders, very odd. Just look at what they're doing with attack orders. This is not good at all. This is why you don't use attack orders on pikes. So I gave an attack order on this pike unit to attack this Germanic pike. Now look at what it's doing. It's doing these crazy weird things. I mean, this is massive because it means that the unit is completely doing awkward things. So because of that, I have to reorganize my units here, and I might actually get attacked in the flank because I didn't have time to reorganize. And this is very important because at this point, I'm gonna have a hard time defending this flank here of that unit, because if I push up, he's going to push up and something like that. But look at his Germanic nobles; they're just medium, so they're gonna take casualties from my pikes, especially as he's pulling them out. The thing is, I can't really target much. But yeah, this definitely looks like a broken replay, so let's just fast forward and see how things go. Because I definitely don't remember it being exactly like this. This is fairly strange. I do remember him having some cav in the back that he forgot about, I think, but it's looking kind of similar, but not exactly. So here he actually gets his cavalry into my archers, and at this point it's just very difficult for me to do anything because they have no ammo, and with no ammo they can't really do much. And again, he has these two Germanic horsemen over here, which I guess is the replay being messed up, I suppose, and not being exactly how the game was. But at the moment it looks much better than it actually was in the game, I think. For me, but it wasn't looking like this, because I mean, based on what is going on over here, I could have actually won the battle, but I don't remember it being this close. I mean, yeah, it was close, but not super close like this, I guess. But yeah, that was the game. So currently 1-0 for Balor. I shall see you in game number 2. And this is game 2. I forgot to mention that all the games will be played on I was gonna say grassy flatlands, but I mean plains. In this game, though, I'm playing as the Visigoths, and Balor is the Western Roman Empire, so I should have a fairly decent advantage over him, considering my faction, right? Well, we'll see if I can actually win the game. I am the attacker, though, this time around. So, let's see. Time to put it into slow motion. Go over my build. So, Gothic General Silver 2 with Brace. Then I still have 6 Germanic Archers supporting 4 Gothic Pikes up front. Then I have 2 Gothic Palatina Defectors on my right with 3 Germanic Horsemen Gold 3. On my left, 2 Germanic Horsemen Gold 3 with 4 Gothic Palatina Defectors in total, but the ones on my left have Bronze 1 upgrades. Actually, only one of them has Bronze 1. Okay. Then for Balor, he has, I would say, a very interesting composition. So he has Palatina Guards, General, with Brace. In terms of cavalry contingent, he has 6 Scoli Palatine. Very great, very good cavalry units. Basically, probably the best Western Romans can bring, unless you want to bring Equitus Promodi. Slightly weaker in terms of melee defense, but they have more armor and they have javelins, so it's not a bad unit either to bring Equitus Promodi. But I myself also like Scoli Palatine more. Anyway, other than the cavalry, let's see his skirmishing contingent. So it's very interesting. So 3 Funditores and a Balisari unit. That's his skirmishing contingent. So again, I have the advantage in terms of skirmishing. I should have no problem dealing with his skirmishes, so it's going to be a problem dealing with the infantry, because he has a lot of swords, as you can see. So, over here we see a Herculiani Senioris. Interesting choice. This unit is fairly cost ineffective. Then in front we see a lot of Armigeri Defensores. It's 6 of them. As a mainline unit, they are great. They are very, very strong. Again, I myself prefer Protectores Domestici, but these Armigeri, of course, still very, very solid options. And in front of those 2 Western Auxiliary Palatina, I guess he wants to use them to fend off cavalry attacks or something. But pikes would be better for that role, so... Again, I am feeling confident seeing his build. I'm like, okay, well, actually, last game I wasn't... Yeah, I was confident seeing his build. This game as well, I'm like, okay, I have pikes in the center, I can defend for a while. I can have that token force in the center. My Germanic archers will destroy the Funditores, will destroy the Ballistari. I can do a lot of damage to his melee cavalry. But the problem for me is I don't have a lot of sword infantry. So I have 4 swords. He has 6 Armigeri, right? So that is... And then a 7th sword unit with this Herculiani. Has a lot more swords than I do, basically. And I should have brought my general unit in a Germanic noble, because it would have meant 6th Germanic horseman that I could have brought, I guess. So yeah, definitely gonna win the skirmishing engagement, but the thing is, my Germanic archers will not do so much against his infantry, because Armigeri Defensores, let's look at their armor, 45 and then a lot of health on top of that, so they will not really die in 2 skirmishes, not a lot anyway. So the only way I can use my skirmishes is against his cavalry for the moment, and against his skirmishes. That is basically what I can focus and what I should try going for. So here he moves up his Funditores. I'm like, okay, you do that, then I'm just gonna go in with Germanic horsemen and get them off the field. I'm gonna go in with Gothic Palatina defectors supporting. I pull back these Germanic archers because I don't want his Funditores to get in range. Here he pulls back Funditores. I'm alright with that because I have pikes over here, and besides that the Germanics keep firing, so very, very good trade for me for sure here. But my Gothic Palatina defectors might get engaged here. He might get the charges onto them. I do activate the Testudo. We'll see how effective it is. As you can see, initially not too effective, and even then, like, just look. Despite the Testudo, the unit being in Testudo, it got destroyed. It lost half the unit. So massive blow to my infantry over there, losing half of it just to a charge and then a pull out from the Scole Palatine. Trying to get my pikes in here, but I don't have as many swords as he does, and he's actually rotating. We're both rotating our forces over here. I've got these units trying to brace, but again they're gonna get destroyed by the cav charge, I think. This one Scole Palatina unit is going to do so much damage to my infantry here. But now the flaming shot is also killing it, so getting 115 kills on the Scole Palatina here and losing it may not actually be good for him, because the Scole Palatine are more expensive than the Gothic Palatine defectors. So I'm okay with that engagement. But I guess if he does come in with a second unit and routes me, that could be bad. His Scole Palatina here are going to be routing, and I activate the Testudo here, but as you can see, because of that, a unit turned around, so that's not good for me. I am breaking through over here though, but his Armigeri are going to destroy my cavalry, and my pikes here not doing too much, as you can see, because they can't really be efficient on attack. On the attack, my general is dead though, so at this point I'm like, oh crap, this is not very good for me, is it? Here I'm going to go in with the cavalry and infantry support, but at this point Scole Palatina gonna mop him up. My Germanic horsemen should beat this unit, but it's still not gonna go well for them. So my Germanic archers are actually... How are they wavering? Not sure. But yeah, at the moment they have pretty bad morale. Let's look at their morale values. 16, so they would rout very, very soon if a cavalry unit got into them. I'm gonna hold over here with the Germanic horsemen. Still sending around Sarmatian Warband over here. No, Gothic Palatina defectors, my bad. But he is repositioning his right. He doesn't want to engage that, which is smart by him, because he got a very good engagement over here against my units. So the flaming shot though is a bit inefficient. I should be targeting these units over here, because they're going around and they will do more damage to me. So yeah, targeting over here. Just look at the Scole Palatina just going down like crazy. Should have kept these for the late game, I think, because there's no way they're gonna make it in support. So as you can see, I routed that unit. It's very, very good for me. But do I have enough to do this, though? That is the question. I don't have enough ammo. His Funditores, I should stop focusing them soon, I think. But I need to get rid of the Ballistari, and at this point it's just looking horrible for me. Yes, the Gothic Palatina defectors will beat the Army Gary. Same thing over here. But how do I keep my right flank? And I mean, these guys are just barely gonna be in position with their pikes ready to deal with this threat. But at the same time, these units can now flank them, which they are not at the moment, though. So that's quite weird. Might be another replay issue. Yeah, you can see the Gothic Palatina defectors having no trouble against the Army Gary. It's just pretty easy for them to deal with. But same time, he's got these, he's gonna send in more units and he's piling up all these units against my Gothic Palatina defectors, and that's how you're gonna beat them. 2 Army Garys will beat the Gothic Palatina defector. My archer's doing weird things. I wonder if it's corrupt replay or something else. It might be. This is very, very strange. But maybe at this point I just gave up and I may have... It says 5 minutes left, but it doesn't really look like it. Oh yeah, I remember what happened. I was kiting back this game a lot, I think. I was like, okay, how can I use my ammo efficiently to get rid of all these infantry units? And then I was like, I guess I can't. But he's actually very... I remember him being very concerned about pushing for my troops, because he wasn't doing it at the end against my archers and my pikes, because he had so much left, but he was just sitting there for a while and taking it instead of pushing and pushing and pushing. But as you can see, Gothic Palatinas overall didn't do well. Germanic Horsemen not very efficient. I should have brought a 6th one, like he had the 6th Scole Palatine. And I had so many archers, and yes, they killed his Ballistari, they killed his Funditores, but at the same time, by having so many archers, I didn't really have a strong infantry contingent, as you can see here. So that was not too great for me. But yeah, that's game 2, so I shall see you in game number 3. And this is game 3 of my match against Balor. Balor's playing as the Sassanid Empire, and I am the Franks this game, so obviously I should have a pretty good advantage considering the factions, but I'm gonna go over my build. So let's see what I have. I have this Germanic Noble Silver 2 General with Brace. Then on my right flank you can see 3 Germanic Horsemen, 1 gold 1, actually 2 gold 1, 1 gold 2. On my left, 3 Germanic Horsemen, all of them gold 3 actually. Then in the center, let's see what I have. I have still, again, lots of Germanic archers, 6 of them. And let's see my swords. So I brought a good amount of noble Germanic swords, so I brought 6 of them, as many as you can, all bronze 1, and a sword Herban unit, bronze 1, just to make a small change for a little diversity. Now for Balor's build as the Sassanids, let's see, he has his Spachbed bronze 1 Brace General. In terms of cavalry, he has a mix of melee and shock. Interesting choice. So 1 Persian mounted warrior on each flank. And then in the center we have 3 Pushtigban Cataphracts. We'll see how well he uses those, because they're pretty strong against infantry, that's for sure. He also has some slingers, 4 Armenian slingers, definitely an interesting choice. Has 4 spears up front, all Armenian spears. In terms of his sword corps, he has 4 Sogdian warriors, and he has an interesting unit that he brought, the Naft Throwers. So we'll see if they can actually prove to be effective in this battle. But again, I have the faction advantage for sure, because the Franks should be stronger than the Sassanids. The Sassanids, I mean, it's max 6 cav, so he's from what I remember indeed, so this does give me an advantage, because it's not like he can bring skirmish cav as well. So I do really like I fancy my chances here. Both just playing for position right now, though. I'm gonna move up my archers and I'm gonna start targeting his cavalry, but I do notice that, okay, he's gonna pull him back. I do get a volley off, though, and I didn't activate flaming shot yet, though, so that's kind of bad for me. But finally, I'm gonna target his Armenian slingers, and they're actually in range, but these guys, as you can see, excellent rate of fire, excellent range, but he actually went very, very close to my units, as you can see here. But they will take very little damage thanks to loose formation, but he's not going to win the engagement against the Germanic archers, though, I would think. So I have superior numbers, and the positioning is also much better for me overall. So I'm moving up my troops here. I'm going to get a free charge onto these Armenian spears. I'm like, okay, I can do it since he doesn't have cavalry here. I charge in and pull out. But here's the thing, he doesn't really lose anything in his Armenian spear unit, basically. He lost 11 men, and I lost so much in my Germanic horseman unit, so I was very surprised by that. The bracing was very effective on his Armenian spears, and now he's chasing me with Persian mounted warriors. This is where he makes the mistake, though, because this unit is just gonna die right now. It's chasing too far for him. Here he's going to go in with push Tigban cataphracts. I'm gonna support with noble Germanic swords. Probably gonna follow up with the Armenian spears. He actually got into my swords here with this push Tigban cataphract, but what it means, though, is that I can focus the entire unit. So yeah, he's gonna kill this unit, but at the cost of that full cataphract unit, is it actually worth it? No, he lost the whole cataphract. My left flank, the engagement should go well. I have swords with Germanic horsemen there as well. He's gonna go in with another unit, and I have to stop it with the Germanic horseman going around as well. I'm losing my Germanic horseman over here. He's pulling out his push Tigban cataphracts. Gonna go in with another charge with my Germanic horseman here, and I'm also gonna connect with his Sogdians, but I've got another cav charge coming in here. Germanic horseman against these mounted warriors should be an easy win for my cav. Here I was holding his cataphracts down with the Germanic horseman, and now I'm focusing so many archer units onto this one cataphract. He's trying to pull out, but his unit got stuck. Here I'm going to disengage a horseman unit. I'm going to follow up with some sword hairband, still targeting his cataphract. Targeting that one because it's out of the fight. I should perhaps start targeting his Pachbet, though. Should think about it. My horseman unit might actually... I might go for his Armenian slingers right now. We'll see. But in a moment, still targeting... I mean, I got this Germanic horseman exactly where I wanted it to be. It's going to do well in melee over here. My Germanic horseman here won. My left flank not going too terribly either. Noble Germanics will crush those Armenian spears. Targeting a routing unit, it's not good for me. But here I think I may have braced, or I'm not sure what I was doing. But push Tigban cataphracts not going to do too well. As now they're going to get charged by Germanic horses. I might actually win that engagement in the long term. Who knows, because it's gonna be difficult, because yeah, I have only 25 men left in that unit, whereas he has 40. Might still win, though, in prolonged melee. Germanic horsemen for me are dying, though, which is a huge mistake, because I focused my own cav. Now this is good, though, because I can target his Pachbed without doing as much friendly fire damage. I'm gonna disengage this Germanic horseman, because yes, I see knapp throwers around, which is really bad for me, of course. Still targeting his general and doing a lot of damage with my archers to him. I still have the sword hairband that has basically only thrown one javelin volley in total. So at this point I'm like, okay, I should have... I mean, the engagement should be going better for me than... I mean, this game should be in my favor at this point. The knapp throwers actually throw their grenades. Don't know why I was fiddling with the replay controls. That was... fairly weird. Not quite sure what was happening. So yeah, at this point I'm losing some of my units, though, but I am getting into his Sogdian warriors and to his Armenian slingers. His knapp throwers also engaged with my Germanic horsemen. At this point, it's gonna look very good for me. I've got sword hairband around here, and these guys, they're more offensive troops than these noble Germanic swords. So yeah, they mopped up the Sogdian warriors, and they'll continue pushing through. I'm up on my left flank as well. So this game is actually looking much better for me at this point. Still, this blob is gonna take some time. I'm actually targeting this blob instead of going for his general, which I should be going right now. Gonna go for a rear charge with my sword hairband here. Is going to do just a lot of damage, an insane amount of damage, as you can see here. It should chain route these forces here right now. Ooh, but the nap throwers throwing some grenades over here, doing damage to not just his own troops but mine as well. And wow, those guys dying to the grenades. So yeah, I actually won that battle. Not quite sure why it said close defeat, but yeah, it was actually win. So yeah, it is 2-1 for Balor at this point. We'll see you in game 4, match point for Balor. This is game 4, potentially the final game of this match. Balor is up 2-1 in the match, and he needs one more game to advance to the next round. And again, we are on plains, because the tournament is played on plains basically. And I'm playing as the Vandals in this game, and he is the Eastern Roman Empire, so Dogmata Cavalry is also banned, so he's not allowed to use them. At this point I'm like, okay, Vandals against Eastern Romans. Should be a good matchup for the Vandals, right? But without Dogmatas on the field. Well, normally it should, but with my build, as you can see, I'm fairly greedy with what I brought, I think. I'm gonna go over my build, so I have a Germanic Noble unit, bronze 1. Then I have 3 Germanic Horsemen, gold 3 on my left. Actually, 2 of them gold 3, 1 gold 1. On my right flank, 3 gold 1 Germanic Horsemen. And in the center, a lot of swords actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 noble Germanic Swordsmen, bronze 1. But those are all my swords, and yes, they're fairly tanky, but they can't do a lot of damage. Behind those, again, 4 Germanic Archers, and actually not 6 this time, and 2 Germanic Crossbowmen. So yes, Germanic Archers will do an excellent job against his Funitores, and they will do very well with Flaming Shot against the Roman Cavalry. But a big deal here is the 2 Germanic Crossbowmen that I've brought on the field. I mean, they will, late game, they will destroy him. The thing is that this is a greedy setup, so what I have to do is I have to kill his skirmishers, I have to kill his cavalry, and then I would be in a very good spot. But it's easier said than done, though, to be fair. Because, like, if I don't kill all of his cavalry, then he's gonna potentially get into my skirmishes, and if that's the case, it's game over, because other than my cavalry and my skirmishers, my infantry isn't really meant for offensive purposes, so it's not gonna do as well. But time to go over his build, though. I've also got brace as usual on my general, as you can see here on the Germanic Noble, bronze 1. Forgot if I mentioned it or not. Then he has a Palatina Guard, that's his general. Brace as usual. In terms of cavalry, 6 Scole Palatine, I believe. Actually, no, he mixed it up. 5 Scole Palatine and the Clibadari bronze 1. That is a difference. He has 2 spear units up front, just Lanciari Seniores. Behind them, we see 4 Funditores. Let's see his sword contingent. 4 Protectores Domestici. These guys are very, very good mainline infantry, but very tanky, won't do too much damage though. And here's the big deal. He has 2 Heterea guards. This is what will do the damage to my troops, because they're just insane in a melee fight. Kind of like war warriors, I guess you could say. They will do a lot of damage, so let's hit play. Already using precision shot, focusing his Funditores, because I need to get rid of them, otherwise my own archers will disappear to Funditores. His Funditores have huge rate of fire and will do damage to archers. So I'm moving up my swords here because I want to cover my skirmishes a bit. Also sending my Germanic horsemen a bit forward, but by doing this though, I'm going to take a bit of friendly fire casualties, just HP damage mostly, by going through the front of my units. And look, this unit is actually obstructed because of my cavalry, so this is something to keep in mind. When you have your cavalry so close to your unit, it could be obstructing the vision. Here I'm trying to push through into his Lanciari Seniores. Engagement also on the right. I'm trying to kill his Lanciari Seniores with swords, basically. I get to the unit, but he knocks back his own unit. Yes, he kills good amount of mine too, though. But here I activate shield wall, so I'm like, okay, I should have the bracing bonus, but again, it's a little bit late. The bracing should apply much earlier, I think, the bracing bonus, but at the moment it applies very late. And look at the unit just losing half the men. So that's a very bad engagement for me, of course, because he got into my swords with one cavalry unit, and now that's gonna go really badly for me. So here the Klibanari, I'm catching up to them. This is good for me. I'm gonna disengage my cav because I don't want disengagement. That sounds pretty funny. And now I'm targeting his Klibanari, but I do get rear charged by Skole Palatine, which is massive. I'm gonna disengage this unit though, and going to stop his Skole Palatine from getting into my general. Do that, but I did shield wall again here, but even shield wall is not going to do too much. With a flaming shot though, I'm gonna do a lot. I've got this crossbow unit in position here right now. Should do a lot of damage, and it even does, but I think I killed more of my own cavalry unit with the crossbow unit over there, so something to keep in mind. I should probably be targeting the Hateria guard or this unit over here. And this is the huge problem for me. So he has this Skole Palatine running around. What do I have to defend against it? Okay, I've won the cav engagement on my left. This Skole Palatine will be out of the field, but I moved this Germanic horseman onto my left when I didn't need to. So right now I'm probably gonna pay for it because the Skole Palatine over here is coming. But actually I'm just doing so much damage to it that it's gonna become a waste for him. I wonder if he's gonna kill enough of the archers, because look, he's actually gonna make it into the crossbowman though. So I have 30, 26 left, 25 left. He's gonna make it into the crossbowman, but how much damage? They are up to 3 kills. 3 kills right now, still 3 kills. So this is not worth it for him at all. They didn't really get any kills on my skirmishers, so that was very, very good by me. The fact that I did that was insane. But I think at this point the battle is pretty much lost again, because I lost my general, and now I'm focusing these units over here, which is a mistake. I need to focus this Heita Reyes. Now I'm doing it, but I need to start kiting more. I'm gonna disengage with the Germanic horseman over there. His Skole Palatine is finally off the field. Gonna send this Germanic horseman into the fight. So I am again targeting the Heita Reyes here. Look, they're falling rapidly. I killed his Funditores. I'm gonna engage this Protectores Domestici with Noble Germanics, but I'm gonna lose that fight. With flanking support might go much better for me though. I'm gonna pull out these Germanic archers, but look at this Heita Reyes surviving with 39 men and even getting rear charged and attacked in the flanks. Even with flaming shot on them, they do not want to rout. How much ammo do they? Morale minus 18. Finally routed off the field though, so that's good for me. Here I'm going to disengage the Germanic crossbows, but it seems like I got them caught. My Germanic horseman here will die. His Skole Palatine unfortunately came back, and at this point it's just gonna look worse and worse for me. It's not looking good at all. I'm kiting, doing my best, but I don't have enough swords to do this. I'm gonna get into his general though, and this is massive for me. I'm also targeting, actually not the proper units, because these guys are routing. I guess it might be corrupted again, because this game definitely looks weird. I'm gonna target, what am I actually targeting? That unit? Yeah, I think this game looks weird. This is, again, kind of broken. Because at this point, I have all these crossbowmen, and yeah, there's no way he would keep this Skole Palatine unit over here next to the Germanic archers and not attack them. That looks very odd. Yeah, pulling away here with my Germanic crossbowmen. They're gonna get destroyed because they're in melee. Yeah, it doesn't make sense once again what is actually going on in the battle. His general appears to be almost dead, but yeah, at this point I don't have much left. I mean, despite the amount of units he has left, it was kind of close because I still had crossbows left on the field. And with crossbows I could do very well. And look, this is pretty weird here. What's going on over there? So focusing with my units. This looks extremely weird. This is a huge desync in the replay. As you can see here, Palatina's though. Oh, they actually did activate the ability on his unit. But I'm wasting so many volleys. He's gonna continue pushing through. I still have this crossbow unit. Doing well against the Protectorus, but even the crossbows don't have unlimited ammo. As you can see over here, still that unit on the field. Protectorus here getting shot, but close defeat. And I mean, I could have won at the end, according to the replay. But in the actual game, no, I couldn't have. Yeah, that was the match. So Balor wins 3-1 and advances over to the next round. So good game to Balor, and hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment or subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video. I shall see you next time.